mind computer, to serve in 2016 as CEO. At the end of the same year, the Musk established a tunnel and infrastructure company called the Boring Company, or in Arabic, the Boring Company, in an attempt to get rid of traffic congestion in Los Angeles. By October 2017, Musk's net fortune was estimated at $20.8 billion, with 21st place in Forbes magazine, in the list of the 400 richest people in the United States. In March 2016, he came in the 80th place in the list of the richest men in the world. In December 2016, Forbes magazine placed him in the 21st place in the list of the most influential people. Musk stated that his companies, such as Solar City, Tesla Motors, and SpaceX, serve his vision of changing the world and humanity. Among those goals is to reduce global warming by finding new, clean and inexpensive ways to generate, transport and distribute energy to homes and stations, and protect humans from the threat of extinction by creating human colonies on the surface of Mars. 36. Musk loved the development of engines, as he developed a transmission system known as the fast cycle or hyperloop, and provided it to operate in fast aircraft that use an electric fan, which became known as the Electric Musk. 37. 38. On April 25, 2022, the Twitter board of directors approved Elon Musk's offer to acquire the platform in a $44 billion deal. When Musk turned 17, he was accepted into Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. By 1992, after spending 2 years at university, Musk moved to study at the University of Pennsylvania, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in physics from the College of Art and Science, and a bachelor's degree in economics from its Wharton School of Business. Musk spent an additional year completing his second bachelor's degree. At the University of Pennsylvania, Musk and his classmate Ben Adorisi converted 10 college dorm rooms into a casual nightclub. In 1995, at the age of 24, Musk moved to California to begin a doctoral thesis in physics and properties of materials at Stanford University, but he left the thesis after 2 days to devote himself to his interests and implementing his ideas for developing the Internet and providing the renewable energy needed for spaceships. In 2002, Musk obtained U.S. citizenship. In 1995, Musk and his brother Kimball founded Zip2, a website programming company, with money invested by a small group of angel investors. The company aims to market and manage a directory of local newspapers. With Musk obtaining contracts with the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune, he succeeded in convincing the board of directors to abandon their plan to merge with City Search. Musk wanted to become CEO of the company, but none of the board members agreed. In February 1999, Compaq purchased Zip2 for $307 million in cash and $34 million in stock. Musk's share of the sale of the company amounted to about $22 million for his 7% stake in the company. In March 1999, Musk co-founded X.com, a financial company that provides online payment services, with $10 million as his share from the sale of Zip2. 1 year after founding, the company merged with Confinity, which already had a service. Money transfer is called PayPal. After its merger, the company focused on this service, until the company was called PayPal in 2001. The announcement of the new company was accompanied by a major viral marketing campaign, so that the company succeeded in gaining many new customers. In October 2000, the board of directors dismissed Musk from his position as CEO of the company, while remaining a member of the board of directors, as a result of his numerous disagreements with the company's board of directors, perhaps the most important of which was his desire to transfer the company's operating system from Unix to Microsoft Windows 71. In October 2002, eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion. Musk's share of the sale of the company amounted to $165 million, 72, as a result of him being the majority shareholder in PayPal, with shares reaching 11.7% of the company's shares, 73. In July 2017, Musk purchased the X.com domain from PayPal for an undisclosed sum. Musk justified the reason for completing the deal because the domain had great sentimental value to him. In 2001, Musk launched the term Mars Oases, a project aimed at building experimental greenhouses to grow crops on the surface of Mars, relying on the fertilization of rock debris, in an attempt to populate space and begin paving the way for life on the surfaces of other planets. In October 2001, Musk traveled to Moscow with Jake Cantrell, a spaceship developer, and Ido Risi, his close friend from college, to purchase an intercontinental ballistic missile with which he can send the expected payloads into space. The group led by Musk met with several major companies, such as the Russian international space company Kosmotras and OKB-301. However, according to Cantrell, Musk was seen as a novice and was constantly quarreling with the main Russian designers, and the group returned to the United States empty-handed. In February 2002, the team returned again to Russia to search for 3 ICBMs brought back by Mike Griffin. Griffin previously worked for the CIA, as well as at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, very shortly after leaving Orbital Sciences, a factory that makes satellites and spacecraft. The trio met again with the international space company Kosmotras, where the company offered one rocket for $8 million, which Musk saw as exploitative and expensive. After this presentation, Musk withdrew from the meetings to return to the United States by air. On the way back from Moscow, Musk thought about the possibility of building a company that could build rockets inexpensively. According to one of the early investors in Tesla Motors and SpaceX, Steve Jurvetson, Musk realized that the raw materials used in building the rocket were only 3% of the price of the rocket. He demonstrated that theoretically, using vertical integration, SpaceX could reduce the price by a factor of 0.1% while still enjoying about 70% of the gross profit margin. Ultimately, Musk was able to establish SpaceX with a dream of creating space travel and providing a suitable environment in which humans could live in space. Musk and former U.S. President Barack Obama toured the Falcon 9 launch site in 2010. With $100 million of his initial fortune, Musk founded a space technology and exploration company called SpaceX in May 2002, with him as Chief Executive Officer, CEO, and Chief Technology Officer, CTO, in Hawthorne, California, where the company is headquartered. The company aims to develop and manufacture spaceships, with an emphasis on keeping the rocket body intact after the return trip. The company's first 2 carrier rockets were Falcon 1 and Falcon 9, a reference to the Star Wars Millennium Falcon, while the first spaceship was SpaceX's Dragon, a reference to magical dragons. Within 7 years, SpaceX had designed the Falcon family of rockets and Dragon spaceships. In September 2008, SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket became the first private liquid-fueled rocket to place a satellite in Earth orbit. On May 25, 2012, the Dragon spacecraft made history as it docked with the International Space Station, making SpaceX the first commercial company to build a spacecraft to dock with the International Space Station. In 2006, SpaceX received authorization from NASA to complete development and testing of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft to transport payload to the International Space Station. On December 23, 2008, NASA paid $1.6 billion to fund 12 flights aboard a Falcon 9 rocket and a Dragon spacecraft going to the International Space Station after replacing the United States Federal Space Shuttle in 2011. The astronauts' transfer to the International Space Station became something is within reach thanks to 2 companies collaborating with NASA. SpaceX is one of them. Naval missile platform Sure I Still Love You. On December 22, 2015, SpaceX successfully returned the first stage of its Falcon rocket to the launch pad. This was the first time in history that the first orbital rocket had been returned relatively intact, reducing the costs of getting into space. This process was repeated several times in 2016 using a space drone on a naval missile platform of Sure I Still Love You in the ocean. Test launch of a Merlin 1D rocket in a SpaceX laboratory. By the end of 2017, SpaceX had landed and recovered the first stage of 16 consecutive missions, including 14 Falcon 9 missions out of the 42 missions sent in 2017 to 2018. That year, 2017, SpaceX broke its own record for the number of successful missions, successfully launching 18 missions, double the successful missions sent the previous year for the Falcon 8 rocket.